Today, I'm reviewing the HVO hip abduction and adduction machine. Is this the best way to train your glutes and inner thighs at home? What kind of range of motion could I get on it? And would I get heavy resistance throughout that entire range of motion? We're gonna put it to the test through a hardcore workout. All right, let's get started. It was super easy to build. The hardware was separated and labeled for each step, which was awesome. The machine is not very big. It's just a little over 3 foot wide and 5 foot long. It doesn't take up much space in my garage gym, which is nice. It has 6 positions for the leg rest and 4 positions for the back rest. It also has 2 places to put your feet, so it will handle users of all heights, and it has a 300-pound weight capacity. I gotta go down and wait. This machine is legit. My legs are extremely strong. I like to have good control of the movement and a full range of motion. I put 3 plates on here thinking that I'd have to load it heavy to be able to get failure. When I was squeezing together, I failed at like 8 reps. It felt amazing. So there is room for me to grow and improve my strength. The movement that I'm gonna use most on this is for the inner thigh. You can only get so much inner thigh development from squatting and doing hamstring work. This is why all the pro bodybuilders do adduction, because they're trying to build that inner thigh sweep. I felt more inner thigh stimulation on this movement than I have on any other leg exercise that I have ever done. So being able to get that in my garage gym, that's awesome. Let's talk leg abduction. So when you're working your glutes and you're pushing it apart, right? This is where if you lean forward, you're working your upper glutes. And if you lean back, you're working the medius or the middle glute. I felt maximum resistance all the way to the end. So if you were more flexible than I am, then maybe there would be a spot where you would see that resistance curve drop off, but I'm not flexible enough to get to that point. The very first 5% is where you feel a little bit of drop off. I reached failure, no problem. I'm gonna be so sore tomorrow. This is gonna stimulate muscle growth in me for sure. This equipment is plate loaded. When it's moving that plate through its range of motion, it's going to have a resistance curve. It's not going to give you 100% resistance throughout the entire range of motion. When you're doing adduction, I found that there was a little bit of weight that dropped off in the beginning and a little bit of weight that dropped off at the end. And the middle 95% of the range of motion felt like a maximum load. With abduction, the load felt at maximum heaviness when I was at maximum stretch. And then as I got to the very peak, the last maybe 5% is when I felt a little bit of the load drop off. The piece of equipment like this that you might be used to at your commercial gym, it has a pulley system and a weight stack. So it's giving you that consistent 100% load throughout the entire range of motion. But that machine costs 7 or 8 times as much as this machine. So when you're looking for a budget piece of equipment that is plate loaded for your home gym, This thing far exceeded my expectations. It was crazy to me how close to the commercial gym experience that you can get with a plate loaded. The thing that I'm most concerned about is I want to be able to reach muscle failure in an 8 to 15 rep range. And I want to feel like I'm getting the full range of motion and I'm getting that resistance at the part of the range that's going to stimulate muscle growth. And as far as that's concerned, this equipment delivered 100%. So you get really good quality pads, awesome manufacturing. You can't go wrong with the brand HVO. They are making all the extra efforts to deliver a high quality product and provide excellent customer service. I got a crazy good stretch on the machine. The range of motion is perfect. The resistance curve has some limitations, but it was way better than what I expected. For what you pay for this equipment to be able to do targeted glute exercises and inner thigh exercises in your home gym, it's exactly what I wanted. You don't have to do heavy squats and lunges. You don't have to do side lunges and risk pulling a muscle. Great job, HVO. That's all I got. More cool stuff to come. Keep grinding.